The story starts early in the morning when a worried young woman named Helen Stoner comes to Sherlock Holmes' house. She is dressed in black and hides her face with a thick veil. Helen tells Holmes and his friend Dr. Watson the sad story of her family. Helen and her twin sister Julia grew up in India, where their father was in the army. After he died suddenly, their mother married Dr. Grimesby Roylott, who had a bad temper and was often violent. When their mother died in a train accident, her estate was supposed to go to Roylott, but if the girls got married, each would get her share of the inheritance. Roylott took the sisters to his old family estate in Stoke Moran, where they lived alone. Roylott was friends with gypsies, letting them camp on his land, and he kept exotic animals like a baboon and a cheetah. 2 years ago, Julia got engaged, but 2 weeks before the wedding, she died mysteriously. That night, Julia came to Helen's room and said she heard a strange whistle. Soon after, she screamed and died, only saying, "The Speckled Band." Helen, hearing the same whistle, was scared for her life and asked Holmes for help. Holmes and Watson go to the estate to investigate. They find out that the whistle comes from a vent leading to Roylott's room. They also see a rope that isn't a bell pull and notice that the bed is fixed to the floor. Holmes figures out that Roylott used a snake to kill Julia and planned to do the same to Helen. That night, Holmes and Watson set a trap in Helen's room. When they hear the whistle, Holmes hits the rope with a cane and the snake goes back to Roylott's room, where it bites him and he dies. In the end, Holmes explains that Roylott used the snake to kill his stepdaughters to keep the inheritance. The snake, called the Speckled Band, was very poisonous and responded to the whistle. So evil is punished and Helen is saved.